a seat beside a man at the back of the bus. He had a black leather jacket on, a white t-shirt, and a chain. He was black and looked to be in his mid-30s. The back section rose three steps above the rest of the bus, sitting atop its motor. Rows of red felted double seats branched from the aisle. He was the only person in the back section of the bus not sitting in the seat next to the aisle, but not the only person with a free seat beside them. People weren't looking for company. I plopped myself down. I could smell his cologne and a thin layer of alcohol underneath. He turned, glared, and asked with a thick Caribbean accent, "Why can't you go and sit over there? Why do you have to sit beside me?" "I can go and sit over there," I replied, my stomach falling to the floor. I got up, my body light, almost floating, like I was underwater. "And hurry up, too," he snapped. I asked a fellow a couple of rows up and to the left if I could sit beside him, my eyes pleading. He complied. I took up my binder from my bag and began to read an essay from my English class, Seeking to Escape. Soon after I began to read, a woman, probably in her 60s, spoke up from behind me. She also had a Caribbean accent. "Why'd you let him speak to you that way? Why'd you let him kick you out of your seat?" I began to stammer out a response when the person she was really speaking to replied. They began to bicker and their voices rose, drawing the attention of the rest of the bus. I kept my head down and pretended to read while I listened to their heat. He said that he was drinking because he was sad, and that he was sad because this was the day his father had died. He spoke of conflicts he had with others and proposed violent solutions. She told him there were other ways to solve such disputes and that he was stupid. He said that if anyone touched his blood, they wouldn't be walking anymore. In a single motion, he swooped into the seat behind me, slapped my arm and asked, "Why are you concentrating, my boy?" I turned and we made eye contact. In that moment, we shared something. Perhaps it was a recognition of our shared humanity, I'm not sure. He softened. "I can see you are not a monster." Then he smiled. "It's okay, white boy. Go back to your study." "Don't listen to him," she snuck in. We now had an understanding, some sort of rapport, a delicate peace. They continued their conversation less intensely now, in an almost friendly manner. She mentioned that she knew him. "You know me?" he said with skepticism. "How?" "I know your sister." He could not deny that possibility. He asked me what I was reading about. I told him, and then he slapped my arm again, chuckling before returning to their chat. Her stop came, and she left, sharing blessings with him. Now, we were alone. Despite our newfound rapport, she had been a buffer, and I wondered if our delicate peace would hold up. He turned towards me. "Do you love this?" he asked, tapping on my paper. Do you really love this? Love school?" "Yes." "Do you follow your friends?" "Sometimes." "You shouldn't. You'll get fucked up." "Well, I don't follow them, but they influence me." "How's that different?" That is weak. You need to be a leader, not a follower." He pounded on my binder for emphasis. "You know how you lead? Get away from your friends." "It's right there," he pointed to the reading. "You keep reading and you'll live your dreams. Follow your dreams. It's right there, in black and white." He pointed to the reading again. "Your dreams, they're right there, in black and white." He held up his hand and pulled up a finger for each point. "Fuck weed, fuck booze, fuck all that shit. Stay in school, keep reading. That's how you'll get your dreams." "Do you ever pray?" he asked. No. Do you?" He pulled out a cross and a string of beads from under his shirt. His rosary. "You should." "Would you believe me if I told you that I couldn't read and write?" "I would if I told you it was... I would if you told me it was true." "I can't." When I look at that, he tapped on the reading. "I know that's how you get out." over and pulled the yellow cord hanging by the window, cueing his stop. I'll see you in the promised land, my brother from a different mother. He got up to get off the bus, turning before he exited. My love to you, brother. Right back at you.
Thank you.